Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shaista Kazmi, and I am the founder and president of Apna Ghar. Apna Ghar is the first non-medical home care agency to address and service the needs of the aging Muslim population. We launched in August of 2014, and since then we have started a social media presence as well. We have about 1,600 followers, and we're actually one of the few senior home care pages on Facebook. 46% of seniors are now on Facebook, so it's a great marketing platform as well. About 10 years ago, my father was diagnosed with a debilitating neurological disease. At the same time, my father-in-law had passed away in Pakistan, and my mother-in-law came to live with us. In order to meet the unique challenges and demands of taking care of two sets of parents and three very small children, my husband and I went out into the local senior care companies in order to find care for our parents, and it was very difficult. We were not able to find people who were of the same cultural and social backgrounds and religious backgrounds as our parents. And that's what my Oprah moment, my aha moment was, where I was like, no, there has to be something done where we can find care for our parents who have sacrificed so much by coming here and offering them these type of services. So one of the first things that I did was that I partnered up with the American Red Cross in order to offer free CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, and home health aid courses to women of South Asian and Southeast Asian backgrounds, women who were from low socioeconomic backgrounds, women who were in shelters or in home, in order to give them an economic platform, a financial platform, in order for them to get out into the workforce and kind of break certain cycles. We also have partnered up with Access Healthcare. Access, which is it's a national and local organization that it's a community service and social service organization that offers health care, job placement, immigration services to Arabic and Latino and African immigrants and actually refugees. They're actually building one of the first multicultural adult daycares in Dearborn, and they'll be using our girls, and they'll be also offering people in those services our job placement services as well. In order to facilitate this type of service, we have services that are both in the home and in short-term and long-term facilities. In-home services are companions who are from similar culture and religious backgrounds. They will be offering assistance with activities of daily living. Activities of daily living are ambulation, toileting, washing, grooming, and light housekeeping, and transportation. The other thing that we're offering is Zabia Halal meal delivery service, non-veg and veg, to also our in-home-bound seniors. The service that we're offering in facilities, now we have about 30 contracts with local facilities in Michigan. So we have contracts with short-term and long-term care facilities. Your long-term facilities are your assisted livings and your nursing homes. And while your short-term facilities are subacute rehabilitation facilities where you have people who have just had hip, knee, and post-cardiac care or any type of illness that may have put them in the hospital longer in order to rehabilitate them back to get back into their homes. The rooms in the facilities will be equipped with assistance in wuzu and ghusl. There'll be an area designated for prayer. We have social engagements, transportation to and from doctor appointments, religious service. We also have Muslim showers in the rooms for our patients and clients. Okay, and Zabia Halal meal delivery. Our company, as I said, started in August of 2014. We had an initial investment of $6,000. We have 3 clients using our in-home care services. We have actually 4 clients at this point who are on a waiting list. We're just waiting for the girls to finish their training. Each client generates about $2,500 a month. 3 clients, that's $22,000 for 3 clients. Based on their demand for our services, we're anticipating the addition of 15 in-home clients in the next year. And we're a private pay senior care company. And Our expected growth is that in the first year, we'll continually attain third-party vendor contracts in Michigan. In 3 years, we'll begin our venture into the Midwest and East Coast markets, and in 5 years, we'll move into the West Coast and South. Apna, Ghar, within this time frame, will begin looking at an international market, including those in Indonesia, Australia, and Malaysia.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'll have Farah Khan respond for 2 minutes. Hold it close.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations. Great idea as it relates to the target market that you're targeting, just given the growth of the aging baby boomers. Can you just walk us through what's distinctive about what you're offering relative to all the other assisted living facilities, and how hard would it be for them to replicate what you're doing?
Well, at this point, like I said, we're one of the first senior care companies to do so. And we're targeting both markets. We're doing the in-home care, and we're also using pre-existing facilities. Right now, I'm not going out and building my own assisted living or nursing home. I'm using pre-existing facilities that already have all the care, nursing staff. We're just offering boutique services to our patients, to our clients. This is a very low cost and effective way to do my business model, because we're not having so much of an overhead, which is very, very common in these type of facilities.
I know you mentioned Facebook. How are you going to try to raise your brand awareness profile, given the stage that you're at right now? You need to obviously bring more customers in.
Right.
So talk to us about how you're going to raise the profile from a brand awareness perspective.
So what I've been doing lately is I went to ISNA in August, and that's where I actually got a lot of positive reaction. What happened was when I went to ISNA, there was actually a group, a breakout conference for for senior care. And what they had actually was a geriatrics physician who came to talk about certain ailments that the senior population faces. But that was not what the seniors wanted to hear. They wanted to know why there had not been anything set up for the elderly Muslim population. And they were quite upset that there was nothing set up until we went in and started talking to them about it. We're doing marketing, newspapers. In Michigan, there's actually a Star Theaters. They play a lot of Bollywood movies. They have a lot of Pakistani movies. A lot of Arab movies play there. So we just started a campaign with them. And that's pretty much, at this point, newspaper, TV, ads. Word of mouth, local mosques. That's what we're going for now.
Before you finish, I mean, you're in a great space. Telemedicine, elder care have become very popular. I'm wondering how you scale this business. Have you looked at strategic partnerships? A lot of the cell phone companies, for example, like Great Call that makes the Jitterbug phone, are very active in this space. Have you looked at partnerships with those companies in order to gain market presence?
Yes, we're actually looking into all of that. One of the big partners that we have is Sienna Healthcare, and they actually have about 30 nursing homes and assisted livings in Michigan and 2 in Connecticut. And they're looking to expand as well. And just because we knew the owner and the president quite well on a different type of relationship, so he was able to get us into those. We also have other partners, with another assisted living, and they're building another, actually, Alzheimer and dementia facility as well, and they'll be designating wings and pods to us. But yes, we're actually looking into all of that.
It looks like you've got a very strong fixed cost model. In other words, every time you go into a different facility with a different patient, you've got to add more staff.
Yes.
Do you have some variable cost in that model that you can take advantage of?
Like I said, we're just in the initial stages of it, and we're still trying to work all of that, out. But yeah, we're looking into all of that and seeing what's be the most cost effective for us at this point.
Just a quick question to follow up then. What kind of capital do you need to really expand this business over the next 12 to 18 months?
I think at this point we would need quite a bit of capital, in the sense of, again, the training of the women that we're, offering these classes to. Not only that, what's great is that because of the fixed model that we're using, there is certain cost effectiveness to that model. And so I think that we are just in the initial phases of trying to figure that out. Yeah.
I would ask now that, can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can't. No.
Hello? That one work? Okay, that's better. If you now have 3.5 minutes, in those 3.5 minutes, I would suggest you go ahead and ask the two panelists any 3 challenges or questions you have, and then they can respond.
I think one of my greatest challenges is the social stigma of having external help to come into to take care, especially culturally. Is there any advice that you have that would help me, overcome those type of obstacles?
I mean, I can appreciate you started off by saying there is a cultural stigma,
Yeah.
especially in our community as it relates to assisted living. And some of the initiatives that you've mentioned, I would have you double click on that. For example, whether it's working through local mosques and community organizations where you can try to get the strength of the community to help with you. So as Larry was pointing out, from as much as you can do with leveraging local partnerships, and we do have, the one thing I would encourage you to do is as you think about expanding and scaling your business model, target communities where you already have a high concentration of Indians and Pakistanis and the specific demographic that you're targeting. So whether it's Houston, LA, New York, and then work through the local community organizations to try to address the social stigma aspect of it.
Okay.
The other thing you have going for you is kind of what I'll call the second generation wave. People my age are going through it with our parents, and so you've got people out of the baby boomer age that are taking responsibility for their parents, and they become a great source of education for you because they've got a lot of the responsibility for care, the financial responsibility, and they've got a built-in empathy, obviously, towards the people they're working with. So if you can reach out to AARP, some of those organizations, for example, I think they could be extremely helpful to you because, again, you're in a very good growing space if you can strike those kind of partnerships and find some variable costs that you can begin to leverage into the model.
Okay. And that, I think, is another one of my questions. How do I, what is my execution strategy, I think, if you could help me with that.
Well, again, you're in a very popular space right now in the U.S. because of what's happening in healthcare, and even in Canada, north of the border, with an aging population. So you have a lot of think tank type organizations, innovation centers that are really looking for solutions like this. Okay. And I think to the point that Farah made, if you can begin to network through your community, find those organizations, and we can help you do some of this, okay, quite frankly, too, because the more they know you and the better you know what they're trying to achieve, the greater the odds of striking the partnerships. I really think you've got a model that fits very well in the kind of partnerships you've developed because you've got a piece of the puzzle that everybody needs, and you're in a community that most of those healthcare organizations really would like to get closer to and understand better.
The last point I'll leave you with is, as an investor looking at putting money in this model, I'd want to make sure that you can prove out that the economics works in one market. So pick a market where you have your target customers and prove out the economics and ensure that it works before then you can be ready to scale it and invest accordingly.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll open it up to any of the other panelists if you want to comment or give any advice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So this is actually such a great idea, and I would like you to speak with me afterwards too, because I have some specific introductions for you. One thing I would recommend is looking at some other communities worldwide where their Muslims are living, some other geographies, and maybe developing partnerships. It could be a long-term initiative, but that could be something that you can model here, and then you can roll it out into some other countries also. And please do talk to me because I have an idea for you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.